Uh, I'm Danny J. Quick, and welcome to the Fourth Wall Universe. In front of me, to my left, I have my brethren.
Morgan Iverson, was my name, and Tori's probably going to mess it up at some point.
And to my right, in front of me, I have
Renee Lee,
creator of Black Scorpion. I'm just going to go ahead and go into it because y'all tripping. To me, picking up where we left off last week, Tony Stark might as well be Donald Trump. It's like, you can't expect to just talk to people any kind of way and then not expect them to give you some backlash. Tony Stark, as a matter of fact, let me bring my list out. So Tony Stark, these are the reasons why Tony Stark is Donald Trump. Both of their parents, both of their fortunes were inherited from their fathers, right? Both of them think that they can do anything to anybody at any time. They both say whatever they want to whoever they want to. They both got a token black friend, right?
Donald Trump has that?
Yeah. Ben Carson?
That is not his friend.
Ben Carson is a token black guy right now.
Well, he's a token black guy, but he's not a token black friend.
In his campaign, Ben Carson is the token black guy right now.
And Ben Carson is only on his campaign by default. He don't really support him. He said that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Both of them finish your list. Sorry.
Both of them might be racist. Both Tony Stark and Donald Trump might be a little racist.
Oh God.
Tell me when was the last time you saw Tony Stark on scene with a Hispanic person?
Is that what we just find as racist? Is
on
that
any movie?
Well, when last time was Captain America on scene with a Hispanic person?
We talking about Tony Stark right now.
Oh no.
Both of them have towers named after them.
I'm only being silent.
Stark
right
Tower
now.
and Trump Tower, right? Right. And they're both in this last movie. They both use fear to defy people.
Your list is completely superficial.
What was the last thing?
What was the last? Fear to defy people. The Civil War movie. You saw in the trailer.
They use fear to divide people?
That's exactly what Donald Trump is doing, and that's exactly what Tony Stark is doing with
Where
Civil
did
War.
Tony Stark...
You saw him in the trailer. People are afraid, and that's why I'm here. That's what he said. He wants to register everybody because people are afraid, and he thinks that
but Captain America
this is what people need.
But Captain America uses a similar belief because his thing is that the government is going to have too much control. That's fear baiting also.
That's not, but it's not. He's not the one pushing the agenda, though. Tony Stark is the one pushing the agenda.
But he's pushing the agenda.
He's pushing his own agenda.
He's pushing against the agenda.
All right. For mine, I'm not even going to address your list right now because I don't have adequate time to tell you how stupid it is.
I don't understand why y'all are Team Stark.
No,
let me give you my points
why
Tony Stark is not similar to Donald Trump. Okay. Besides the fact that they're both rich, I don't really see too much similarities there. One, Tony Stark is pro-government and Donald Trump is anti-government. That's the whole thing about being a Republican.
I'm going to hit on this in a minute.
That's the whole thing about being a Republican candidate is that you think that the government has too much power in the lives of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So building a wall. That's what I'm saying. How you gonna say you anti-government, but you think that the government should build a wall to keep Mexicans out? How's that anti-government?
Well, we're not talking about Donald Trump.
If you want to build a wall, if you anti-government and you want to build a wall, then go out there and build a wall yourself, right?
But he's not going to. All right.
He's saying he needs to be the president. If I'm the president, I'm going to build a wall. He's using the federal platform. You can't be anti-government and say I'm going to use the federal platform.
Well, I agree with you on that. But we're talking about the similarities between Donald Trump and Tony Stark.
They both created all their own enemies.
Okay,
but wait a minute. Let me. Yes, I did because that's how serious this is. First, I want to touch off what Marquise just said about the first point you made about Tony Stark and Trump about the
getting their money from their parents.
No, it was. Oh man, I said I was gonna piggyback off of it.
You can't because there's no. I mean,
no, man. It's not. It didn't. Well, here it is. The first thing is Donald Trump's money was inherited from his father. Tony has money that was inherited from his father, but Donald Trump, in no way at all, compares to Tony Stark mentally in any capacity.
I didn't say
Tony Stark makes his money. Without his father's money, he would still make money. The dude took tools and made a new element. The only element Donald Trump's gonna.
What about their motive?
If Donald Trump was in a comic book, he would be Tony Stark.
No. Donald Trump is not as smart as Tony Stark on any level.
No human person is that smart, bro. No human being.
There are astrophysicists that are close to it, though. Donald Trump is not.
It might be people as smart as Tony.
There ain't nobody as smart as Tony Stark in real life.
Maybe.
But how many people are as dumb as Donald Trump?
Bro, that's
countless, right?
That's it then, right?
What you mean?
Equals it out.
No.
Tony Stark's smartness is the same level
But what you're saying is that that Tony Stark is Donald Trump's doppelganger to a degree.
If your team Iron Man, this is what I'm saying. If your team Tony Stark or if your team Iron Man, then you might as well vote for Donald Trump then.
No.
Are you crazy?
They both smart-mouthed it. They both smart-mouthed it. They think they can say whatever they want to people.
But Tony Stark is actually funny. Donald Trump's not funny.
He's funny to people who like him.
That's Tony Stark's funny to everybody.
Tony Stark is funny. He wasn't funny to your boy Whiplash. He wasn't funny to him.
That's because Whiplash. First off,
he didn't like him.
Let's not touch up Whiplash.
He's not funny to the reporter chick, right? It wasn't funny to her.
Whiplash is a monster, all right.
Well, what about the double dealings of like a company that may be doing corrupt things? Tony Stark definitely pushed away from Stark Industries.
That's the only thing that separates them.
Donald Trump.
No,
that's the only. And to me, that's the only thing.
But that's also the main things that defines them too, isn't it?
He still has his characteristics, though. I'm saying if Donald Trump were to see that his businesses were destroying people, and then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back now. If he manufactured weapons that were if he was Monsanto and he was like, hey, my food is killing people, I need to do something to undo all of this pain, then they would be exactly the same. I'm saying that in this equation.
Do you really think he would do that?
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
So then but is that not a very stark difference?
But we'll be able to find the category.
See what I did there?
We'll be able to find.
Not a very I just want to pat myself on the back for that.
I caught it, but I
just lost over that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the list for why they are similar is longer than.
But I could probably come up with like
if I had known you would make a list.
Anybody.
I was about to say if I
told y'all this 4 days ago.
You did, but I thought it'd be more in depth than that. That's not enough. Let me hold you.
They have a tower named after each other.
That's 8 items, bro. That's 8 items. Y'all can't tell me.
Does Tony Stark not deserve to make a tower?
I could tell you 8 reasons.
We don't have time for all that.
Oh,
we don't have time for all that.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm just
saying. Let's address each one of your issues.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the first issue?
They think they can do anything.
They both think they can do anything.
Okay, that's like
any
superhero.
I don't even think Donald Trump actually thinks he can do anything. He just says it because he has no.
Captain America
strategy.
thinks he can do anything. He thinks he cannot listen to the government, and he's a government soldier.
That's one thing. Captain America is for the people.
He thinks he can not die, but he can.
Why is Tony not for the people?
He can't die.
He does.
He thought that he was going to die when he buried the Tesseract.
Why is
he
Tony?
Thought he was going to die.
Why is Tony not for the people?
Because he's for. I'm not saying that he's not for the people. I'm saying that he's more destructive.
That was easy.
Donald Trump thinks he's for the people.
No, Donald Trump thinks he's for money.
He does not think he's for the people.
I'm talking about Donald Trump.
All right, give me one example of that.
Of what?
Of where Donald Trump thinks he's for the people.
He thinks building the wall is protective of American values, of the way. Let's make America great again.
How can it be when the country is made of immigrants? The people who
I didn't say that it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to build weapons. It doesn't make sense to make weapons for your entire life and then say, "Oh, people are getting hurt." That doesn't make sense. No, people are dying from.
Well, he got enlightened. That's different.
He got enlightened. After when you're 30, you don't realize that people would get hurt from weapons until you're 30 years old.
Well, he didn't care.
Yeah, but the people that were hurt,
he didn't care until he got blew up himself.
No, what happened?
Whatever enlightens you, enlightens you. I mean,
this is the thing. The weapons that he was making, he wasn't making them for them to fall into the wrong hands. Once they fell into the wrong hands, that's when he retracted himself.
So what you're saying is that some people deserve to die and some people don't. Some people deserve protection and the others don't. Some people can be good and some people can't. Is what you're saying.
What? I don't even understand what you're talking.
I'm saying is if you're following Tony Stark's logic, before he was enlightened, everybody doesn't need protection. Only the people on our side need protection. Right?
I think
and that's exactly what Donald Trump is saying. The people who Americans good old American boys are the ones that we're looking after. We ain't looking after Mexicans and Muslims and such and such and such and such.
How does that apply to Tony Stark?
That's how he was before he got his chest blown up.
That's not necessarily they don't need protection. We just need protection first. And I'm not going to say whether or not that's right or wrong, but I think that's more along the lines of what it is. And I think that any government or military person thinks that.
That's what I'm saying. If you're making arms, if you're making armaments, ammunition, new technology for any army, any branch of some type of military force, you're not going to be able to control everywhere where those armaments go. So what I'm saying is, from the perspective, let's just deal with it from the perspective of the movie.
It's okay to be sloppy. It's not okay to be sloppy.
But that's what I'm saying. Iran-Contra. Since you want to bring up, if you're going to bring up things like that, look up Iran-Contra and see whether or not there's a lot of people, most of us, it was a conspiracy theory at the time. In the 80s, it was still a conspiracy theory. At this point, we have enough evidence to be able to prove the government was probably 98%. You see what I'm saying? They were probably 98% aware of what was happening here. We have no.
I never said that the government.
But what I'm saying is,
but
Tony,
y'all are
no.
You jump.
You're saying Iron Man. Y'all are saying that we need the government to shut stuff down because the government is
not shut down, but just regulate.
Yes.
Okay, so we need the government to regulate. So y'all team. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're saying that you need the government. That the government is smarter than the American than the regular people to decide what's right for them.
I don't think that they're smarter, but if we're gonna, when we elect, that's what we do. We're giving them that decision to make.
But we are the ones who are electing. We have to be. We the people are the ones who are electing the people. Though we are electing them.
Yes, and
it shouldn't be corporations buying votes to manipulate.
Is that what Tony's doing?
That's not what Tony's doing.
Is that what Tony's doing
with the weapons? You saying?
What do you mean?
Before he got his chest blown open, he was Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well let's touch on the racist thing. You said Tony Stark is racist.
I said he might be racist.
Okay, well we can say Donald Trump is.
Donald Trump is racist. I'm just saying
there are people that disagree with that.
Who was his villain? Who was his villain in the first movie? It was the
Tony.
His villain in the first movie was
Obadiah.
Obadiah Stane,
the Iron Mongol, right?
Yeah.
But he thought it was the what you call it, the Mandarin in them, right? Yeah. He thought it was the people overseas. Mm-hmm. But when he found out that it was his own homeboy, he was really hurt. Then, right? He was cool with beating up on the people overseas.
But they pretty much enslaved dude to make sure he was making suits for him.
That's his own fault. That's what I'm saying. He caused that.
Captain America was
fault.
Straight tearing up Germans in World War I. I mean, that's not necessarily racist, but that's definitely picking on a different
That's fighting the battle. I'm not talking about fighting the battle. I'm saying if he were to, it's not the Germans that he was mad at. He had a problem with Hitler. And your boy Red Skull. That's who he had a problem with.
Ideologies. That's what Tony Stark had a problem with.
He
didn't see them as Middle Easterns. He saw them as
people misusing his weapons.
They just happened to be
They
Middle
were using
Eastern.
it.
It could have been anybody.
Are you sure? For the wrong reason.
I'm not sure, but I'm also not sure that Captain America wouldn't have done
misusing his weapons too.
I see him going after them. Based on the evidence, it seems like we're talking about the movies, right? Mm-hmm. So based on the movies that were made, we don't have any evidence that says Tony ever set out and said, "Oh, well, you know what? I'm okay with my weapons getting into the wrong hands." What we do have evidence of,
he was obviously okay with what was happening.
How
his chest got blown open?
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know that they were in the wrong hands.
How did he know they were in the wrong hands?
He was a drunk party boy. He was a drunk party boy.
But when he was that's what I'm saying. He's a as he said himself, I'm a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Oh, that's another thing. Donald Trump isn't a philanthropist.
And he's definitely not a billionaire.
But the comic book
his brand is worth that.
I'm saying the comic book is an exaggeration, though. There's not many billionaires around here.
Actually,
I mean, there's some, but they ain't like I said.
There's a lot of billionaires.
There's a lot of billionaires.
They ain't as smart as Tony Stark, though.
But
I just don't see a strong enough link between their characteristics.
I'm saying, if we're gonna equate, if I'm equating this election coming up to the Marvel movies and movies in general, then Donald Trump is Tony Stark and Bernie Sanders is Captain America.
That's ridiculous.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think I definitely want to see that because Captain America is Christian. And Bernie Sanders, he may be, but he doesn't keep that.
What's the religion got to do with it?
That's a big part of like the political spectrum. Like diehard Christians tend to be more Republican.
But
like
being a Christian isn't necessarily about you. I mean, it is about you professing Christ, but it's in your actions more than anything. If you act like
that's true. That's true.
If you
act like a Christian, you're a Christian.
That's true. That's true. But if you act like a Christian, but don't claim to be a Christian, is that the same thing?
I'm not saying that it's the same thing.
Okay. I don't think you need to.
I don't think you need to
I don't need the title associated with being a Christian. I need the work associated with being a Christian.
Well,
the lifestyle.
Okay. Well, let's go to Captain America then. Captain America, is very aggressive and violent. Like he claims to be a Christian, but I wouldn't say his actions denote that.
Yes, they do. He works for the people. He's the most sacrificial. Sacrificial. That's the word I was looking for. He's the most sacrificial of the Avengers.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He puts everybody before himself.
Is that the only thing that defines a Christian, though?
No, I'm just saying in the limited amount of information from the films that we have. That's just the first thing that pops in my mind. He sacrificed his life in the first movie.
But Tony Stark sacrificed his life in the Avengers 1.
That took him 4 movies to get to there. That was his fourth.
But that doesn't matter though. Are we? So you have to. Is it a good time to sacrifice yourself? Like if you don't do it the first time, that discounts.
And to be honest, he sacrificed his life in the first movie, but when the building got ready to blow up, and he still told people to go on.
That's true. He wasn't planning on surviving that.
He wasn't gonna die.
Oh, word. Okay.
So.
This is
what is it? The Captain America. What I'm saying is Tony Stark, before he got his chest blown open, is just like. And most of his characteristics still stuck around. Even when he talking to the Shield people, he think that he can say whatever he want to say.
But that's the point that I was getting ready to.
I mean, he is arrogant, but part of that comes from confidence too. Like I mean, he's arrogant
and what he has.
Yeah, he knows he can get away with it
because he's entitled. I mean, your boy. Ain't nothing. Who can tell Tony Stark he can't do something? Nobody can tell him that.
But
he's a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Isn't that also because when he tries to do something, he usually does it?
Yeah, I mean, if you got enough money, if I had $1 billion, all our comics would be out right now. But you couldn't tell me not to put one out.
Absolutely, but again, if we're going in that respect, again, like I said before, the dude he put his mind to, you know what? How am I going to run this suit? I guess I need to build another element, and he did it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If he's doing stuff like that, and back to the point about...
So that leads to my other point. Donald Trump says, hey, how am I going to become the president? I need to say whatever I need to say in order to get these votes. So that's what I'm going to do. You making my point for me.
I'm not.
Nah.
No, I'm not. Because
if Tony Stark wanted to do what Donald Trump is doing, he would just do it. He has the power, the money, and everything. Mm-hmm. If he wanted to make all the superheroes do that, he would do that. But he's giving them the choice. I think that's the difference here.
But he's not giving them the choice. They're going to lock people up if they don't say. You've read the comics. We're
talking about the movies, though. I do know the comics.
I believe they showed in the film that they got the prison out in the middle of the ocean. Them people are getting locked. If they don't do what they say in the registration, they getting locked up. Superheroes and everybody. They're not giving him a choice.
But is he doing that on his own volition, or is he doing that for the government?
Oh, so you saying that he can just not know now?
No, he can know. No, he knows. He knows what he's doing.
If he chooses to say, "Hey, we need to sign. If you don't sign this, I know that you're going to go to jail, but that's just how it's got to be. You're going to jail and you're going to be locked up and can't use. He has his reasons. No,
I mean he has his reasons.
Donald Trump has his reasons too. I'm saying it's wrong, and you know it's wrong, so it's wrong. Period.
I don't think that it's wrong though. I don't agree with Donald Trump.
You don't agree with Donald Trump?
No, I don't.
But you think that you can do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it to people?
No.
Team Iron Man, y'all might as well go ahead and vote for
Donald Trump. I haven't even. No, man, because you can't.
Y'all go ahead and vote for Donald Trump.
The points where you're trying to make some likenesses into all likenesses, and there's not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there's the exact same. I'm saying that if
they're not close to the same.
If you see it from this perspective, then I understand. How I would understand if you would vote for Donald Trump. That's what I'm saying. Because you see it from Team Iron Man's perspective.
The first thing that, like, the point that I was making about, again, what we actually have evidence for, right? What we actually have evidence for as far as how Tony feels and what he wants to do and his motives. Again, it goes back. Let's just go back to the weapons. The first movie, the weapons were out there. Once he was aware that the weapons were out there, the first thing he did was try to stop it.
I'm telling you, there's no way.
But it doesn't. How did
You
yes?
you can't make weapons. I can't have 100 babies and just expect all of them to do exactly what the.
So then does that mean that the police? Does that mean that police officers, the government, and everybody's completely aware?
You don't think that the government knows what happens, where the drugs are coming from? You don't think that the government knows where the weapons are coming from, bro?
Well, wait, but when they go when those guns and all those stuff get into those hoods, you telling me they have absolute trackers like?
I'm not saying that they
stole
have
it from this NRA
trackers,
store,
but they definitely know where they're going.
But how does
they
that,
definitely know where they're coming from.
So in that case, what you're saying is Tony knew the whole time, and then it took his chest getting blown open.
He has some kind of idea. If you got any kind of intuition in your mind about your company, then you have to know that, okay, my main part of my company is building weapons. If 90% of your company is building weapons, you're going to tell me that nothing in your mind says, maybe some of these weapons are going to the wrong people.
But is that
I understand if it was only 10% of your company, if somebody was running, the 10% of your company over there, and you didn't pay much attention to that, but that was the whole company.
Does that mean Smith & Wesson needs to stop making guns?
We talking about Tony Stark.
Well, you went deeper into the issue.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. If they know that their weapons are if they claim to believe that people's lives who are being, damaged by weapons are worth it, then they should stop making weapons. Yes, if that's what they claim to believe. I'm saying.
In a percentage of people.
So essentially what you're saying is that he's directly responsible for any misuse of his product.
I didn't say that he was directly responsible. I'm saying that he had to have some. I'm saying you cannot excuse this man just because it took him getting his chest blown open, just because his millions of dollars were distracting him.
But we're not excusing him. What we're saying is
he can change his mind, though. He can become enlightened. He can change his philosophy.
So then before, he didn't care that people getting blown up.
No, that's the point you keep trying to make. And what I'm saying is what we have evidence of.
And what I'm saying is that's why I'm Team Captain America, is because this dude has been the same the entire time from the first movie.
His personality has been changed, but his motives.
His body hasn't been the same. Yeah, he got muscles, but look what he did with
him. Well, I wasn't finished. His personality hasn't changed, but his motives has changed. He definitely works for the people.
Happens as you grow.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
But I'm saying you cannot totally flip. Like you cannot entirely. You could entirely flip, but
you can.
If you still have your core, and I understand that as part of his personality, but. To me, all I'm saying is that Iron Man is more Donald Trump, and I can't get with that.
Oh my God!
I can't be Team Iron Man because Captain America is always show me in any of the movies. Tell me when Captain America made a bad decision. Tell me when he made the wrong decision in the movie. I can tell you many times when Tony Stark made the wrong decision. You can't show me when
he just any bad decision.
I'm saying when he made the decision that was costing people lives and nobody's perfect, of course, but Tony Stark has made decisions that have gotten people blown up.
Was he making those decisions with the intent of that, or was his motive to actually do something good?
Well, I think that show.
Are you saying motive doesn't matter because everybody in every court case ever has to prove motive?
I'm not saying that the motive doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that Tony Stark is more of Donald Trump.
I think that's a very superficial statement.
It's extremely superficial, and you still have no proof. And
I think that's going down the list.
But the list is garbage.
How about we move on to something we can agree on? How about we move on to something we can agree on? Daredevil was beast mode. Okay. Did you finish watching it?
Yes.
You finally finished watching it? You saw all the episodes?
Absolutely.
The only thing that I can say that I didn't, not that I didn't like, was I did like Elektra, but she was she was over the top, bro. Like,
what do you mean?
She was vicious with it. Like, she did not care about your life at all.
I loved it about her. Yeah. I liked her much better than Jennifer Garner. She was much better than Jennifer Garner.
Absolutely.
She was. Yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Way more intriguing.
What I'm saying is
storyline they built was way better.
Between the chemistry, I like the chemistry that her and your boy Daredevil had, but they didn't give me enough to show okay, these two were really in love. Like, they had this little fling, and like she tried to get him to kill your boy.
I think that they showed that they were really in love and their like chemistry between the actors. I felt that they.
No, I think they did very well, active. But the story, I didn't see enough in the story to convince me that this dude would go sell all out for.
I think that was on purpose. I think they kept their history a mystery on purpose so that they can play with that in the third season because it's obvious she's coming back.
It's also, I mean, the other...
Because one thing that they didn't explain that I was curious about is at what point did they know that Daredevil know that she was trained by Stick also? Like they never really addressed that. They made it seem like they had a random encounter at that party when he was in law school, and that's how they met. But we know that she was trained by Stick, and he was trained by Stick. So at what point did they learn that about each other?
They learned about each other.
Did they learn that they each had a history with Stick?
I didn't see that. Like I saw when they had the first encounter, it seemed to me like that they were both intrigued by. She was intrigued by his skill level, and he was intrigued by her, I can do whatever I want than this.
Yeah, because
that's what brought them together. And then, like, they got to the point when they were in the boxing ring where they were like, oh, shoot, you got skills, I got skills too, let's do it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, from there, I guess you...
I mean, it built... I mean, I think they did a good enough job of showing... Because one of the reasons that you don't see, like, that all googly-eyed mess is because that's not... the personality of their relationship.
I didn't want the googly eyedness. I just wanted
to see more of their relationship.
Get more story. Yeah. So I guess in the third season,
I would like to see them address that to see what how long of a relationship they did have before they went their separate ways or all that good stuff.
Because he was saying, you almost failed.
But that's subtle.
Your finals for her or whatever. Yeah. Like I didn't that kind of stuff. I didn't.
But that subtle nuance, I think, I like that in the story. Yeah. I like when you know it's a history.
It was good. Yeah. It was definitely good. I'm not complaining about it at all. I'm just saying that if there was anything that I was missing, it was that. And that was about it. Because your boy Frank Castle, though, this dude was bruised.
So they haven't released. Yes, I noticed that too. Yeah. He never was healed. Like he never got.
He was going in from front to back. And it was awesome.
He looked like a raccoon on that last episode. The way But one thing that they haven't released yet, if they're going to do a Punisher. Netflix original series. They need to. They need to. They need to put Iron Fist. They need to put Iron Fist on hold. They need to put Iron Fist on hold, and then they need to do Punisher.
They can put Jessica Jones on hold. Honestly,
they need to go ahead and fix their casting problems with Iron Fist.
Yes,
and then
they're not going to fix that.
Well, to me, this season of Daredevil was more of a Punisher show anyway.
It was. He definitely took the. Yeah, I loved him when he was on The Walking Dead, but he definitely killed it.
When I saw him, because I didn't know before. I didn't know before that he was cast to play Punisher. Now I saw him, I was like, ain't that your boy from?
He That's I think the thing his acting as Punisher was incredible, but I think it was also.
I like how they updated his origins too, because I think he was a government official or a police officer in the comics, right?
In the comics, I think he was a.
I don't know.
I'm not sure in the comics. I know in the movies
he was. I know he wasn't in the military. He wasn't a Marine in the comics, but I think he was either.
He was some kind of
either agent or some kind of officer. But I like how they updated that to explain his nasty skills.
And I knew as soon as your boy showed up with the one arm, I knew he was the bad guy as soon as he showed up. Because the stuff
with the one arm,
I mean, the one who testified.
Yes.
I knew that he was a bad guy. And the one thing that I hate about TV shows is that when you see somebody who you recognize from other stuff, you know that they're gonna play a bigger role. So I was like, wait a minute, this dude, they got this dude to play him. Yeah, he up to something. This dude is up to something. Yeah. So that's one thing that but again,
I think this season. I mean, the first season of Daredevil was good. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't bad at all. But this one is like
it was.
This season has no equal. Especially definitely not anything that's already out there. You know what I'm saying? As far as a TV series, like it just like from the I watched it within like a 28-hour period. You know what I'm saying? Like if I could have watched literally straight through, I would have. Yeah. But I watched all day Saturday and finished the last 2 episodes. I was trying to finish episodes before church on Sunday.
That's cool.
So yeah. Hold on, Jesus. Wait, Jesus, I'm coming. But I just need to see. Electra did what? it was. But Punisher, like the episode where they had him tied up. And old boy went and got the drill with drilling his foot. I was like, "Yo, I don't even know." He was just like, you know what? It is what it is, bro.
Foot anyway, don't worry about it.
That was.
I mean, this was late in the show, but I was done when he had his general, whatever his command officer was, and the tool shed, and
he didn't even think about doing it, bro.
He just shot him. You know how normally there like it'd be some like exchange, some dramatic exchange.
Like, nah, we're not doing no monologue right here, no soliloquy, no nothing. Yeah, it's done.
But y'all already know why I like that.
Because that's how lumberjacks is.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. I was like, if Frank Castle had a bit of a, if he was more comedic, this is exactly what lumberjacks would be like. If he was like 8 foot tall and all muscles and just plowing through folks.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, yeah, because I mean they have primary motivations that are close. Their motivations are somewhat close. The storyline isn't exactly. Of course, the storyline isn't the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jax really, in the same way that Punisher funnels that righteous anger, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He funnels that righteous anger into making people pay. I don't know that Jax wasn't so much setting out to make people pay as much as he was, I need to rectify this. You know what I'm saying? I need to do whatever it takes. And if you get in my way in the process, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's.
And I'm 7 foot, 300 pounds.
6'8", yeah.
6'8", my bad, 6'8".
6'8", you know,
6'8",
6'8", 315. You know,
you can't stop me. So
well, I mean, if you used to being J.J. Watt in the league,
see that, but that's the difference. I mean, I understand that, but that's why I like the difference between him and Ace Blade though, because Ace Blade, like, he has the swords and everything, but he wants to give people a chance at least. Like he had a while where he was just like, yo, these people ain't getting it, but. That's why Lady Luck was there. She made him realize that, you can't just be killing people. Mm-hmm. You cannot just kill people. You got to give people a chance for redemption. You have to let people live to get better. It's not your job to sentence people to death.
See, but that's not. But see, that's what I'm saying. Jackson's not setting out to just end you. Like, all right, Batman's form of justice, Spider-Man's form of justice is to, beat him up, hurt him. Leave him in a web. Beat him up, hurt him, tie the arms up. Jack says, if you steal this time, you won't be able to steal next time because you won't have any hands. Right. So if you don't have any hands, you can't steal next time. Right. Why is that? I don't know why that's bad. You still living. I'm
not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying
you're still living. Black Scorpion does it too. He be breaking people's body parts.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I like the difference between because all of our characters have different. Motivations, and they have different ways that they deal with stuff. Mm-hmm. So everybody can get with the character they like. King Supreme ain't never killed nobody. This dude got all the power. He ain't never killed nobody.
Well, we're aware of why that is.
But so I mean, it's like everybody, all of our characters have different things that they but they all have one thing in common. They want to help people. Everybody wants to help people. Does Jax really want to help people?
Well, I mean, as far as we've seen of Jax, by the time the novel will be done in June, before Heroes Con, and you'll get to see more of. Because that's the thing. When you're reading Volume 1, you're really just seeing the raw end of his reaction to what's happened in his life.
Does Black Scorpion want to help people? I know. By
Black Scorpion definitely wants to help people, but he only wants to help people on his terms.
What was the point? Because I remember, from reading the book, it was a point where he didn't care about other people that much, and then he kind of what was the point where he kind of eased into.
That when he had his talk with the Oracle, like, because for a while he was just on a one direction course, like he had one goal in mind, and he kind of got there, but not really, and so he really just kind of got in a rut where, okay, I'm doing this, so I'm just doing this, but he had to make a decision. Okay, why am I doing this, and am I going to keep doing this? And that's when he had to really decide, okay, I want to do this to help people, and so that's when he has that talk with the Oracle, and Oracle's like, you you got to decide why you're doing this, because just wanting to hurt people ain't enough. No. Like that's not enough. That's not enough. Even if you're hurting people who maybe quote unquote maybe deserve it, that's just not enough, because you're not changing nothing at that point. It's no end to that. But so he had to pretty much direct his goals there, and so that's pretty much what the second half of Black Scorpion Origins is about. Him, really become, ending that hero's journey. Okay, I know what I'm here to do now, and this is why I'm doing it, type of thing.
I mean, that's the thing that I'm excited about. Finishing the novel for with Jackson, because we only see that again, like I would call it righteous anger from him reacting to his situation, but people miss the first half of it. Jackson's just a normal dude. I just won the Super Bowl. I was the MVP of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He was just a great. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm saying like he had no reason to try to harm people. He wasn't trying to harm anybody. He got flipped into that based on a life circumstance.
I think how Daredevil ended, with him deciding, like, this is who I am. These two people are the lawyer and the vigilante. They're one and the same. That's what happened with Black Scorpion. He had to face that. Okay, there's no going back from here. I gotta, but I also can't ignore who I was. They're one and the same now, and I think all heroes get to that point. I think that's part of that hero's journey. I think that's every hero has to go down that path of, okay, I'm different now. I was this guy in the past, whatever it may be, genetics, chemical, mutations, spider bite, whatever it may be, wherever that defining change point is, or a tragic event. You're different after that. That's what makes somebody a hero. They change, and they have to accept that change. That's the first step, and then they have to also accept that whoever they was is part of them too. And I think that's where you're getting at with Lumberjacks. Is right now he's still accepting who he is and learning who that is, and at some point he's gonna have to go back and decide, okay, what happened to that football player? What happened to that family man?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not there yet, though.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what
happened. That's what happened with Ace Play. He had his tragic event where he was like, okay, something has to be done. This is horrible. This is corrupt. And then he had to get to that point where Lady Luck was like, okay, you need to,
people need this.
People need this. You're done now. Gutshot is.
Yeah. Well, shoot, it was different for them because everybody just kind of left Ace Blade. He's sitting there in Vegas City like, hey man, do people need me? What's
exactly. But that was still there. They were still part of him, so he had to. Yeah.
So did I convince y'all to be Team Captain America or not?
You didn't.
I hope you did convince.
But let me make it clear that I'm not Team Captain America for ideologies. Like reading the comic, the Civil War comic, I read that I was definitely anti-registration. That's my personal ideology. I just like Captain America, the character, better than that. I mean, I like Iron Man.
You said it right.
No, I didn't. Right. No. I like Iron Man, the character, better than Captain America.
Right, well,
that's why.
I think y'all gonna be wrong. I think the movie is gonna prove y'all wrong.
It's not gonna prove. It might prove us wrong in the sense that it may be a Captain America movie when I think is a nice amalgamation of all the characters, but it's not going to change the fact that I like Iron Man better than Captain America.
That's exactly
Iron
where I'm at.
Face. I hope that they pushed it back for a good reason, that they actually fixed whatever it is that the problem is, because
they pushed it back.
Yeah, they pushed it back to July 22nd, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They pushed that back, and I hope they fix it. So. Whatever it is, I hope, as long as it's better than Batman Superman, I think it's gonna be dope.
Well, you say that as if Batman Superman was bad.
I mean, I didn't see it yet, so I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, like it had all kinds of problems.
It's over the exaggeration. It definitely could have been better, but it was. I enjoyed it.
I don't think there's gonna be any comparison.
It's not gonna be any comparison.
I think.
But I could definitely see the potential for Captain America: Civil War being better. I will say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think.
More entertaining,
as well as they did on Avengers.
I think Batman Superman is a good movie, though. Does that make sense?
I mean, I'm sure it was a good movie. I know it can't be as bad as they were saying it is.
No.
So I mean, But then again, I liked After Earth, so I don't really have an opinion. But y'all didn't hear about them pushing it back to July 27th?
No, I heard about that.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't, because that's an April Fool's joke. I know it's not the first, but all right. Anyways, is that good? Anything else y'all want to talk about? Oh yeah. So if you want to find us, you can get on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Fourth Wall Pros.
Fourth Wall Pros for most of us. You can find me personally at the H Blade. Morgan, yours is what?
Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks with
I don't
3.
think it's the Lumberjacks. I think it's just Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks with a 3. And what are you on Twitter?
At mRenee_Lee.
mRenee_Lee. All right. We're gonna try to get this up on iTunes and everything. So like us, subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. We appreciate it. Peace out.